What happens when you get in the same room with the guy who's got the fastest growing channel on all of YouTube and the fastest growing motivational speaker in the room, and neither one of them can legally drink? Let's talk about it in episode 51 of The Ambitious Life.
I'm a man on a mission.
My mission in life is how can I put amazing things out into the world so that I can pay it forward to the next generation. I'm just here to help you so that you can do and fulfill whatever mission that you have in your life.
So let's talk about mission, and at a young age, what, you're 20?
I'm 20.
What, how are you, Caleb? 15? 15 years old. So I just want to hear you guys, I mean, we want to hear, we feel like grandpa's here, but your mission at a young age, how have you been able to figure out your mission at a young age, and like, what is it?
I think for me, it was just like always doing what I loved. Like I naturally just found myself recording videos when I was 10 years old. Yeah. And that kind of like turned into having fun and creating more content, and always like loving being on camera and pushing that and studying that whole entire space. And it kind of turned into this mission of like to always have fun, to work hard, and to like inspire as many other kids as possible to be able to like chase their dreams.
So the crazy thing for me is like, how do you turn that into something, into a vehicle? Because if you tell most people like, my mission is to have fun and help people.
Fun and create videos.
Like,
I mean,
what? Like that doesn't seem real. Like that's not a real. That's not a real thing, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like a lot of people have hobbies, and they think that their hobbies can't be their job, and that's like their mistake. Because like people will excel in life when you turn your hobby into a job.
What about you? Like, I see Jake as almost kind of a mentor to you. I mean, you're 15, 5 years, a big difference.
My man.
I mean, but you started doing speaking everything, what, 5 years ago?
No, actually, whenever I was like 8 years old.
8 years old? Like,
my first
how
speech.
have you figured out your mission at such a young age?
No, I think it's the exact same thing like he said. It's just like, I found what I like doing. I found what people like seeing me do, and it just kind of went from there. So it all just happened from a little hobby, and like it started off small. I just talked to one kid in my class about success and about, you know, going after what you love doing. And it really helped him, and it just kind of, that little seed just continued to grow, and I continued to think, okay, how can I get this out to more people? How can I take this hobby and not just be, I'm talking to one person, but social media? So I figured out that, and it kind of just went from there. So it's just a little seed, the little hobby, like he said, and it just is exploded since then.
Both your missions are really public because you're public figures,
so public.
right? Like millions of people watch your stuff. Like you were just in front of 2,000 business owners that are, you know, multi-million-dollar business owners. Your mission now is public. What happens if you fail? Or what happens if you mess up? Or what happens if you misstep? Because you are public and they're seeing your mission come to life.
So I think like my answer to that is a lot of people are scared of failure, especially like in the public eye.
Yeah.
And I think that makes you more of a human being, which makes you more likable. Like if you just talk about it and you like, yeah, like I could, you know, mess up my whole YouTube channel like tomorrow and lose all my followers, whatever happens. But if you just talk about it and talk about, you know, what you're going through, that will eventually turn into people like you.
Well, now I relate to you, because now you're a human. You're not a celebrity anymore. You're just like me.
Yeah.
Like,
and what I say is more people care about you than you think. Like especially with you, like millions and millions of views, but then also less care about you than you think the exact same way.
Yeah.
So it's like you said. I mean, say that they hate you for a day, they're not going to care the next day. They're going to go on to somebody else, and then you come back into their mind, and you're back at it.
Our missions are always changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think the mission is almost always the same, make that impact. Yeah. But the vehicle changes. You know, like we were riding horse and carriages, you know, 100 years ago, and then it was cars. Now you might not even ever get a driver's license because your Tesla is going to drive you to school. Like, so the way that we get there might change, but it's always been making impact.
For sure.
At some level, whether it's making impact through sports or making impact, it's always making impact for you guys, but the vehicle will change. Yeah. Hey, do you know something? Want to teach something? Then get this. It'll teach you how to create, launch, and sell the stuff you got in your head, put it online, make lots of dough. Ambitious.com/6, it's yours.